Welcome to the Toss Hat channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. And what we're going to do today is we're making impressions on this hat. I am steaming more so the top crown part, and I'm going to use a wooden presser that you see here. It looks like an egg, doesn't it? And we're going to press it on the top, and I'm going to use some muslin or cheesecloth, and I'm going to do a cross tie on this so that the presser stays firmly planted on the top of the crown. And then we're going to use the egg iron for the eyes of the fedora. It's those two indentions on both sides of the front of your fedora. But we're going to do this portion first. And, I have people often ask me, why are hats now so expensive? Well, if you're getting it made by someone who hand makes it, there's so much time, love, and detail that goes into making these hats, into making sure the details are right. This is not factory made, these are handmade, and there's a lot of tools and time and love that goes into making sure that these hats are A1. So here we go, and voila, here you have it. Next, we'll go into the egg iron and how we use that to make an impression on the sides of a hat for you. So I want to show you the impression that this, I guess it's a presser. I'm calling it a presser. How about that? The tousled presser. We want to see what is the difference, or how much it has made an imprint on the top of our hat. Look at that. Oh yeah. The imprint, before I did it, you did see it, right? But this is crisp. This is, definitely defined. And the fact that we did it when it was steamed, and I sprayed stiffener underneath the hat, never on top of felt, always underneath felt. This imprint is going to stay. It's going to stay well during the life of the hat. So you want to make sure the imprint isn't shallow. You want it to be deep, because this hat is going to be worn for a long time. So going the extra mile is basically extending the form of the life of the hat. So now what we're going to do is make these imprints more pronounced with this baby. This is a stainless steel egg iron. We're going to heat it up over an open flame, come back here and make the impression. These are called the eyes. Those two imprints on either side of the fedora, they're called the eyes. We're going to make them more noticeable, because right now they're a bit shallow. You see? All right, let's get to it. Okay, so we're about to put our egg iron over our open flame. You can use any open flame. If you have a blowtorch or a lighter or anything like that, you can use that. I just happen to have a gas stove. You don't see too many of these lately. And have some water nearby. That's going to enable us to test how hot our iron is, or if it's hot enough. Okay, so I'm just putting this over it, and already you can see it's starting to get hot. It's stainless steel, so it's not going to burn or rust or anything like that. Just making sure all points are nice and hot. but not too hot, hopefully. Okay, so what we want to do now, I'm setting this aside and I'm taking the water. It's not even sizzling. We want the water to at least sizzle, but we don't want the water to just bounce or spring off of it because that's too hot. So think of, when you have let your skillet get too hot and you put that oil in there and it just bounces off the skillet, that's too hot. So the same with this. When we put that water on it, we just want it to sizzle. We don't want it to get too hot. So I'm just going to go in between here and put the fire on it directly instead of just in the middle. And actually, you know what we could do, just so I have access to the open flame. Let me turn this off. That's too hot to move just with my hands. Yeah, so we're going to work with an open flame. Let me test it while it's here. Still, I tell you. Okay. So I think using just the open flame will be better. Really it's the end, it's the heavy round part that we use most when using that imprint. Think, how long does stainless steel take to get hot? I would think instantly, but okay, let's see now. Yeah, it's a little hot. It's not super hot. So take your time with it. Let it get hot. Tell you, that's the test of stainless steel. If it does not burn, you know you are dealing with pure stainless steel. There we go. Yeah, sitting there and get warm. Okay. Oh, y'all see that? Now that's ready. Perfect. That's the sizzle we've been waiting for. Okay, so from this side, you see how faint it is? We're going to go in here and now just make it more pronounced. And I'm really just going by feel, letting this iron take me to where it needs to. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Iron will just get in there where it needs to. So let it just do its thing on its own. You see? So now it's just more pronounced. more pronounced. And if for any reason you slightly singe your felt after using this, you can always use a, what is that? You can always use sandpaper. That's the word I was looking for. But a very light, shallow sandpaper. Because if you singe it, it's going to be just on the surface of the felt. But if you do the water test that I just did, that's how you prevent not singeing it. Just make sure the steam bubbles, the water bubbles and steams away and doesn't pounce off of it like a bead. And you're like, where did the water go? That's too hot. Okay. Yeah, you can use the elbow in there, make sure. Yeah. So I'm going to put this aside. Turn it so you can see. You see there? You barely see an imprint. You see? So on this side, you barely see an imprint. Our egg iron, look at that. We see an imprint. You see? And I can either brush that away or leave it, you know. So, yeah. So we're going to warm up the iron and do the other side. Okay, we already did the water test with it and got the steam. So what I'm really going to do is just hold down on this. And already I see my imprint. You want to make sure when you're using this, no kids are playing around you. Your pet is, you know, comfortable and not underneath you. You don't want to, you know, have this in your hand and, you know, have to trip over someone. So basically that point, I'm just getting the front of that groove. Yeah. Pull this. So I wanted to show you this. There are some hat blocks that you can get, not just the crown blocks that are the mold of the hat, like this, right? This is the crown. This goes on top of the crown, and you see how it indents the eyes there, right? Now, this particular block is not for this crown. It's only for a certain crown. So you can get them, but usually the crown has to go with the top part of this presser for the hat. So it does exist, but if you have not, you know, invested in something like this, the egg iron, the stainless steel egg iron, I got this from Guy Morse. I believe he's in London. It's so much less expensive and it's universal. It will go and can be used for any hat that you have, a fedora or a trilby hat, okay? So have fun, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe for more hat inside tips, tricks, tools, materials, and all that good stuff. And I look forward to seeing you soon. See you next week.